Hey guys, it's your florist's favorite florist, Nikema Lee, and I am here to recap Beyond the Gate. So I actually did a whole 20-minute video recapping it when I was doing my flowers this morning at 3 a.m. I didn't have my microphone on, but I digress. So here's my recap of my recap, right? So I actually watched 3 or 4 episodes together, 44 to 47. So I watched those all together so I can go ahead and get caught up, right? So here's the thing. There's so much that happened, but I got to start with the juicy one because it's obviously the last one I saw was really what everything hit. The secret is out. Yes, the secret is out. The secret is out. So here's the thing. Leslie Dana Anna. We all know who Leslie Dana Anna is, right? And I'm going to take my glasses off so that my glare doesn't, right? So she finally has her moment, right? Eva has doing everything that she can to actually stop her from doing it. Because guess what? Tim and Nicole came up to her. She had done such a great job. They felt so good about her. They wanted to pay for her to go to medical coding school or medical billing school so that she can come work for Ted, right? These people have been nothing but good to her. She has been nothing but generous and good with them, right? So she goes running to Leslie Dana Anna, right? They've decided that they're going to hide her in this closet that only locks from the outside and there's no lock on the inside. When they said that, I was like, okay, I already know what's getting ready to happen, right? So then Leslie Dana Anna, she's in the closet and everybody's looking for her. Kat is like, I know she's in here. I know something's happening. I know something's wrong. I know something. Everybody else is like, can we just get to the party? Can we just enjoy your parents? Can we just, all get along? She's like, no, I know something. I'm going to find her, right? So she, Leslie Dana Anna is listening through the door. All of this stuff is going on. People are trying to find her, whatever, right? So Eva, she's like, I can't let this happen. I can't let her upset Ted. I can't let her ruin what's going on. I can't. She goes, she tries to get her mom to say, stop, don't do it, leave, whatever. Leslie Dana Anna locks her in the closet, right? So now she locked in the closet. She's like, help me out. Anybody there, right? So she's banging on the door. Leslie Dana Anna, she goes into the ballroom. And honey, when I tell you old girl was ready to get on stage, she was ready for her close-up, Mr. DeVille. She got up in there and said, oh, teddy bear. Hey, Ted, remember me? Oh, yeah, I'm the woman that you slept with 20 years ago. I'm the woman that you had just your hot dog, your guard dog, your man muscle, Bill Richardson, hem me up, tell me I need to get out of town or somebody gonna carjack me and steal my baby and sell him on the black market. Yeah, that's what he said to me, y'all. That's what he did. That's right. People like, Sherry, is that you? Dana, what are you doing? Everybody's like, this woman is crazy. Everybody get her. Martin, Smitty, jump up, grab the girl. They're like, let her go. Dr. Nicole's like, let her go. She's mentally ill. She's having a medical episode. Dr. Vernon gets up there, says, everybody go home now. She's just having a medical episode. We're going to get her the care that she needs. She was like, oh, you just got me up, right? She's hot. She's out here giving the performance of a lifetime, honey. So then she's like, oh, Vernon, you think you can swap this up and mess this up and clean this up? You think you got that? Okay, I got something for you. Then she continues to tell the story. Your guard dog told me to get out of town. Yeah, I took your money. And yeah, I told you I had an abortion. And I didn't. And then when she said that, Eve was like, what? You had an abortion? You told me he didn't want us. You told me that he didn't even care about us. You lied to me. She was like, girl, wait a minute. I will deal with you in a second. But let me get back to these mofos, right? So then she's like, okay, Yeah, I told him that I was going to leave, and no, I'm not going to do it again. Nicole goes, I'm like, aren't you the therapist? You need to hold this all together until you get home in the shower, and that's when you cry. That is when you show emotion. You don't break down in the middle of a dinner, in the middle of a read, in order for this to happen. What is wrong with you? That's insanity, right? So she goes running off. Tim is like, I gotta go get my wife, right? Martin's like, boom, Dad, you are a bum. You knew. So what had happened was Tim was taking Martin to the diner where Leslie worked, or where Dana worked at. So because she was taking him to where he worked, he felt like he was using him in order to get close to the woman. Oh my gosh, the deeper it goes. Kat is like, I don't know, my family is ruined. The lady, the manager that connected the two, she's like, I'm so sorry. She manipulated me. I didn't know, right? Everybody's just all in flames and upset. Guy in the back with a camera, right? Because Chelsea, she got the live action from when her mother went ham at the wedding. So she's like, you might have put that down, sis, right? And then, but old dude is in the back, like this, catching it all, right? So, Nicole is gone. Tim is chasing after her. Everybody is looking at him in a good disappointment. Then the family is like, meet us at the house. Almost like, meet us at the spot. So everybody's breaking off, going to the spot, right? They get back to Anita's house, right? They get back to the Dupree house. We don't know what's going on. And then, Chelsea and Naomi are like, I wonder if our dad really was like that. So they was like, just ask him. Bill, he out there giving foot rubs, talking to Haley. She talking about some, if you ever want to get rid of being a lawyer, you can always give foot massages. I was like, okay, girl. Because I told you earlier, I did tell you, I'm recapping what I recorded that I didn't have. Okay, anyway. So earlier, they was at home playing I Wish I Could Go, right? FOMO, because they're not at the party. Obviously, they're not going to the party. So Haley was like, it's all my fault that you don't get to go and hang out with your friends. I was like, oh my God, it's not always about you. Can we just not make it about you today? So she's like, it's all my fault that you're not going. And Nicole and Tim are such great people, right? And Bill's like, don't count your blessings too yet, because everything that looked like that ain't everything that it seemed. And she was like, what you mean? Tim's a great guy. And he was like, well, if you knew what I knew, right? And she was like, well, what do you know? Oh, Mr. Bill Richardson, I know you. I know that look. I know what that means. And he was like, I ain't saying nothing. My name Bennett, and I ain't in it. So she was like, well, what is he? He cheats on his taxes? And he was like, she was like, that ain't enough. So he cheats. Oh, he cheats at golf. He cheats at poker. And he's like, he just cheats? You telling me Bill Richardson, he cheated on his Dr. Nicole? And he was like, so now bounce back to them. They giving foot massages. He gets a text message from Chelsea and Naomi talking about were you the guy who told this woman that you would snatch her baby? And he's like, oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Them girls, if they don't hate him already, they gonna hate him. They gonna hate him because he knew. But he know a lot of bones. He already threatened Martin, so that's getting ready to come out. That's gonna be the next shoe to drop. It's gonna be Martin. But here's the thing though. Like everybody, she just like Eva, and when I say she, Eva is back at the country club, right? She's just distraught. She's like, I really tried. She's talking to Tim now. She's like, listen, I'm so sorry. She told me that you didn't want me. She told me that you didn't care about me. And you talk about triggering, honey? Ooh, I was triggered. skirt, abandonment issues, everything, fatherless child, everything, all of that emotion just came on flooding back, and I was in here boo-hooing, like, oh my God, why don't you just love her for who she is? Oh my God, she tried to stop her. I was in here crying. I said, oh my God, this show is so good. This show is so good. I'm talking about, I hate people. I love people. I think some people are stupid. I think some people are over the top. I think I'm in here emotionally attached to these people. Oh my God. Oh, it was so good. And he's like, listen, first of all, I don't even want to talk to you. Let's be 100 about it. And she was like, you know what? If I just didn't know about you, there's nothing I can do about it now. Boom, I'm out. So then Dre comes over. Dre's like, so you're my Uncle Ted's daughter, huh? I guess we're cousins. Because, I thought that they could have been together. But, I digress. But, I thought he was with Tomas. I didn't even tell you who she ends up going to see. Oh, because, I don't even know his name. But he one of them actors that always playing back in black stuff. Real cute, real sexy, fine, you sort of like Men's Maxim, Men's Health magazine type, just tat tat tat, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll sign that for you. I'll let you mess up my credit, absolutely. But he look like he come with some coin, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know his name, but he is super fine. He's the one that helped her out of the closet, right? So I digress. But going back to the story, Dre is like, oh, I guess we're cousins now. And he was like, you know what? I had an opportunity for him to tell Dr. Nicole, and I told him not to because I felt like he was okay. She was like, damn, you could have stopped this too. But they was really trying to like trauma bond. So it was working out, right? And it was funny. What's funny is that she really ain't got nowhere to go because here come Leslie talking about you gonna do right by me. Like, until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble. Right? So that's what she was on. Tim, boom, he going. Dre, he take off, right? She runs into Kat. She's like, you were right. You were right all along. But I didn't know. And for that, I'm sorry. She was like, what am I supposed to do with that? She's like, what am I supposed to do with that? You ruined my family. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, how? And they must live like next door to the country club. I'm talking about the front door, the front door, the front door. Because Kat was in the living room at her house. When her dad came home, her mama was in the shower, right? Cut to the next scene, she was grabbing her purse in the country club. I was like, either they live really close or we had a little editing snafu. But it's okay. I digress. The story was still good. It still flowed, but you saw the, right? I was like, okay. So then, right, that was pretty much the episode. And it just snowballed and spiraled from there. I mean, it was good. Now, a lot of this stuff is going to come back. I think the next shoe to drop is going to be Martin, because I don't know if I mentioned it already, but Bill Richardson had already threatened Martin about his little secrets, and Martin started to have nightmares again. The other thing I didn't talk to you about was Little Miss Chelsea. Yes, ma'am. She out here feeling the feels for the girlies. She's like, yes, I had a little threesome. She went to her gay brother to talk to her about threesomes, and she was like, well, me and Smitty are like old women. We just sit at home and play chess, right? So she was like, no, I'm feeling an emotional attachment to this woman that I'm having this threesome with, and I want to be with her more than I want to be with her husband. And he's like, well, okay, you can explore. So she calls the girl and she tells her straight up. And then what I loved about the writing for this particular episode, because they were honest in what it takes for people who are in open relationships to have successful open relationships. She said one little key phrase in that whole entire meeting that absolutely is what is required. She said, as long as her husband knows everything, I'm fine. As long as her husband is allowed to know everything, I'm fine. And that's what it's all about. That's what communication. If you're going to be in a polyamorous relationship, an open relationship, you got to communicate. Because if you don't communicate, you're cheating, right? You're lying. Don't lie. Just say, I'm going over to Sarah's house to spend the night with her. Okay, babe, I see you in the morning. I think I'm trying to find a name. I think Kevin's gonna come over after we put the kids to bed. After we put the kids to bed, and then I'll see you in the morning when you get in. I'll pack your lunch and stuff, and it'll be in the fridge, and all you have to do is just heat it before you leave. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of relationship that it takes. And the fact that that was said, oh, it was beautiful. It was a masterpiece. It was great television. Yes. And homegirl is kind of cute though. It's like, if you want, we can have our own threes. But I digress. So anyway, that was, and then child, Ashley and Derek done moved in together. And Ashley is a hot. I'm trying not to get demonetized, and I'm trying not to have this image that all I do is cuss, that I'm loud and I'm a cusser. I'm not really, but I'm just being expressive of what is going on. She is just a controlling OCD right? You wake up in the morning, you got somebody to roll over with. I love it, right? The fact that you have a system of organization that y'all haven't discussed yet, and y'all are already moving in together. Like, these are the conversations that need to be had when he stays over for the weekend, right? He should know your systems already. Like, you mean to tell me y'all been together for over a year and he don't know? He ain't been over there long enough. Like, he hasn't stayed multiple days to know how you manage your house? That don't make sense, sis. That don't make sense. So she's all in the titties because he's bringing all his stuff. He bringing old furniture. She was like, I think he was going to bring furniture. Like, we don't need a chair. He was like, Herbert go with me wherever I go. She was like, you name your couch? He said, this chair's been with me forever. My question is you've never been over his house and he ain't never talked to you about his chair? It's such an important part. He ain't never talked to you about the moose head he had in the garage? What kind of relationship do y'all have? All y'all do is what? Y'all ain't talking? He would have told you my roommates won me or bought me a moose head as a joke and I just kept it. Like, y'all ain't had that conversation yet? That's a surface level, that's a level 2 second base conversation, in my opinion. And then her OCD organizing that she got going on, that's a level 3 conversation, level 4 conversation, because it means that he has stayed over for a number of consecutive days in order to see that type of stuff. Because if you are a guy who only uses space to put stuff in, then she would have known that by now. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. Listen, if you're not up, I am caught up. Let me tell you the last thing before it went off, before the last episode that I seen. So the next episode for me won't be available until after I've taped this. So I don't know what has happened after this, but guess who showed up at the Dupree Mansion, honey? Oh, you would never believe it. You would never guess it. And you cannot tell me that it ain't true. But Mrs. Leslie, Dana, Anna, Cherie knocked on or rang the doorbell at the Dupree house, and they was all in there. And honey, I cannot wait for whatever conversation come out of there, because if it was me, and if I know Danny like I know Danny, and if I was Danny, she'd be the first thing I punch in the face. She ain't getting out of there. They too sedity for me. They too sedity. There comes a point where you gotta let the other half of your family, like your mother came from the projects, like you gotta let y'all got to know some situational awareness, because one, I'm not gonna let her in, and two, she not leaving. You hear me? She not leaving. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. I don't even know if the kids say that no more, but that's on God. She ain't leaving up in here. And I know people who know people who know people, and I got my own security. Oh, she would be beyond the gates. She would forever. You hear me? You mess with my sister like that? Oh, it would have been on like popcorn, like peanut butter and jelly. You hear me? Oh, honey, I would have been hot. Because Danny came in on 100. Because, she had to leave her boo thing to come over here. And they serious. They PDAing. They doing all they can do not to turn up each other at the party. So it's on. So she hot. She came in there on flames. Where's my sister? She not answering my phone calls. What's going on? ... Right? So when Leslie, Dana, and Cherie comes ringing the doorbell, she would have met her with full vengeance. Full vision. I would have been on blast. Now, who I think has enough gumption to really step to her and almost do it intelligently is Naomi. I feel like Naomi has enough street on her to really just give fire intelligently. Like, come at her like you have absolutely, and hit her like Bill hit her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that would be the best. Everybody else, I think Miss Anita might hit her with a 1-2, because Miss Anita is down like that, and that's her family, and that's her daughter. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them, wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. You hear me? But listen, this was good. Let's get caught up. Follow me, y'all. I'm your florist's favorite florist. Oh, and let's talk about the flowers. Okay, real quick, let's talk about the flowers. So, the flowers for the anniversary party were gorgeous. The vases that they were in, yes, those are amazing accent decor type vases, high-end, beautiful, bronzy, gold, hammer gold. It was gorgeous. The flowers flowed off to the side, giving a very asymmetrical look. Low, no highs, very votive candles on the side to give ambiance. Oh, it was perfect. And Dr. Nicole had on a gold dress, and they had on the champagne linens. Oh, it was so good. If they would have had like a little soft pink linen or a soft pink napkin, oh, like a soft beigey pink, like a soft beigey pink, not a hard baby pink, but a soft beigey pink, like if beige, pink, and champagne had a baby, like that would have been a beautiful napkin over that Oh, it was gorgeous. And they had the LED candles. Obviously, LED candles is perfect for what we're doing, so you can shoot over multiple scenes. But it was great flowers in this. Great flowers. Make sure you check out the flowers when you're looking at the episode. They're fantastic. Chef's kiss to the florist this season, this go around. I love you, girl or boy. I don't know who you are, but you're doing a good job. I promise. All right. That's all the time I got. Listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is your florist's favorite florist. I am Nikema Lee, and I am recapping Beyond the Gates. Follow me on this journey, Lo. Let's go have some fun.